I'm joined by the former Brexit Minister David Jones, half in, half out. Would that sort of deal be sellable to you?
Well, clearly we don't know what the detail is, so it's very hard to express an opinion. But as I understand it, what is proposed is that we should align our tariffs to EU tariffs. If that is the case, then it's hard to see how we can have a free trade policy. And therefore, if that's what is proposed, I don't think it's going to fly.
But we would surely be able to have a free trade policy, at least in services, because services, it is suggested, may not be part of any single market rules and regulations.
Well, we have to understand, of course, that services are not part of the single market at the moment. And the important thing is that we should have total freedom of trade policy, which means that we should not be aligning our tariffs to EU tariffs. We should be in a position to seek better deals with the rest of the world.
So to be clear, any move that seeks to align the UK with the single market, from your perspective, is a no-no.
Well, and of course that is what the Prime Minister herself has promised. She's made it absolutely clear, both after the referendum, in several speeches, and also in the Conservative manifesto, that the UK will not be part of the single market or the customs union or the European Court of Justice. Those are her three red lines, and I've no doubt that she will keep to those red lines.
Is it appropriate for Jacob Rees-Mogg to be threatening Theresa May in terms of saying she risks losing power, splitting the party, being out of office for decades?
Well, Jacob can speak for himself, as you know, but I do think that it's fair to point out that the government has made very firm commitments in respect of those three issues: single market, customs union and the European Court of Justice. That was a contract that we did make with the electorate, and I think that as a government we have to abide by that.
Haven't all we learned this morning is that the party remains profoundly split, with the likes of Nicholas Soames telling Jacob Rees-Mogg to shut up, Alan Duncan accusing him of insolence? That's all we take from this.
Well, there are a variety of views within the party, and indeed there have been for many years, so there's nothing new there. But I do think that it's fair for people to point out to the government that certain pledges were made to the electorate and that they should be adhering to those pledges, and if they don't, then it may well be the case, and in fact I think it probably would be the case, that there would be a penalty to pay in the future elections.
And how seriously do you take the risk that Friday will be more fudge time?
Well, I hope it's not. I actually think that the British position should have been made clear at the last European Council last week. I think we have to make our position very clear to the European Union, and I think we then ought to say to them, look, this is our position. We expect a response from you, and if you're not happy with it, then you will understand that we will have to go away and make plans for a future outside the European Union and with a free trade policy.
David Jones, thanks very much.